We might be done early because Mom, because you're not here yapping with me. We're not off in the weeds somewhere. Although I'm pretty good at doing it all by myself. All right. So as we were talking earlier, Mom is at the dentist with Dad, but she is on the phone, so she can hear everything and see everything. uh, and and yeah, and we have some extra distractors in the chat. This is very true. Very true. Who is I see an 800 number, but maybe you're just in on your phone or something. It just looks weird. Um, let me know. When I see anything extra weird in the chat, I will have my fingers ready for bombers. So I don't. Hopefully that's not anybody. Oh, that's Deb. Okay, good, Deb. We haven't had that in a long time. I shouldn't jinx knocking on wood. I don't want to jinx anything. All right, so if you haven't done so already and want to, if you want to say hi and where you're from in the chat, and if you are new to Zentangle or just new to us, we'd like to know that too. And what have I done here? Something keeps popping up. I don't know what, but all right, let me get a little notification. Okay. Oh, yeah, bandwidth issues. Okay. So I said that. And well, yes, I do have oh, let me make it a little bigger. I do have the red carpet out today, and it won't be a surprise if anybody happens to be subscribed to my blog, because I tried to wait till the last minute to send this out, because I do like making surprises, and because it's extra fun. And I'm going to remove that. Well, no, I'm going to leave that there until oh, hi Felicia. Welcome to the group. Welcome, welcome. Let me see. I didn't miss any. All right. So I have the red carpet out because we are premiering a tangle. I always kind of rack my brain. I do still have a list because Deb has gone crazy. Actually, I started Deb. I might have to. Well, I'm gonna see if I can make. I'm started to make sure if I had all of yours, and I was looking back through my own list of these that we've done. Um, from our community, and and wow, the list is long. So I have to go back through and find some yours, because when you post them, I try to make sure to grab everything. But today, that's great. That's so funny, Dahlly. Oh yeah, that is crazy. The number, because you just keep going and going, and then it is neat when you look at a number like that. It's just like, wow. All right. So today, um, today though, we are going to premiere. We premiered part of this back in January, but we didn't. It's and Felicia has your hand up. Yes, ma'am. Oh, and put it down. I don't know if that was just a hi. Um. Oh, you know what? Let me give some other. Oh, hi. Yeah, the hands up, hands down. Well, if you do have a question, you could do that. Although it puts. Let's see. I think you see it. I usually keep the chat up, and while I'm saying that, um, just some housekeeping items. We'll use the chat for conversation, questions, and everything. And I always keep half an eye on it. And I put one in there, and let me that. Okay, that was the introduction, and then I always have my own version. So there we go. And but we use the chat primarily because it gets too confusing and it's hard to hear when, because just equipment and bandwidth is just usually ridiculous. Um, so that's why we do that. We keep the webcams off so that way, except for mom and myself, but today it's just me. So that way those on smaller phones can see it better because I think you can only see like 4 max or something like that on a device, if I remember right. So it just makes it easier. And we like to have fun, but I do want to make it as pleasant as possible besides that. So for those new, you can work on whatever you want with whatever you want. Uh, the only thing that really ties us together is the tangle. I'm going to share my screen here and we'll talk through it and then just go to town. So, all right, there is that. So this just by the way, this is my website. I keep working on it. And you know what? And just so you know, since we're here, like I got so excited I forgot to grab a tile. Well, grab a tile and grab some things. So and while you do that, I want to touch on a couple things on my site. I have right here new tangles from the Tangle Addicts community. So let's just click on it and see where it goes. I am working on because I'm just doing this myself, so I learn as I go. So I this is by date right now, and it depends on if I had a featured image. That's why some of them have one and some of them don't. And then also because when I send out a blog post, I can do it so it automatically shows here, which is really really cool. What I hope to do at some point is to also divide it up so that way, if you want to see Deb's collection, you can see Deb's collection or Alyssa's collection or Sandy's collection. And wait, and speaking of, is our Sandy on? Because I didn't see. Oh yes, you are. Okay. Um, and so that way we can have it by collection. There's a bunch of other stuff that I have. I have all kinds of thoughts for, and I may have to have somebody that knows how to do these things do them. Also in the tangle category, some of these I'm still working on, but eventually they will all be filled with the different categories that my brain has come up with. Um, and so anyway, so that's that. And if you haven't yet, put in your email address here so that way you can follow the blog. And then when these announcements come up, you will see them. So back to Dahlly. So back in January, I'm going to make this bigger. Uh, Back in January, when we were doing the snowflakes, winter snowflakes class, and Alyssa had sent this to me, and I said, "Oh, and because snowflakes was on my brain, I'm like, oh, look at step 6. Oh, that looks like a snowflake." And so she quickly, and as I put in the blog, and all of Alyssa's amazingness, quickly kind of redid the ending part so that way it was Dolly Light, and it was a snowflake, kind of a snowflake pattern, which it works. And so I went and I'm like, well, we need to read. I'm glad it popped into my head because I was thinking, we're getting into flowery season, so let's do. So since it's been a while and all might not have done this, it starts off with seed shapes. And Alyssa nicely put, here's how you draw a seed shape, which is great. And so we're going to do 6 of them. Although for this one, I'm going to dare say if you did a different number, it's still going to work out great. Um, and then we're going to put curved lines on top of those seed shapes. And in my version, I switched up steps 4 and 5. So you can decide which way you want to do it. I put the little lines up first. And then that way I had something to anchor the curve line to because I know my limits, which are many. So either way you want to do that. So these curved lines on top of those seed shapes, and then draw the lines, or vice versa. And then on each of those peaks, we're going to draw, a diamond, and do it with the curved lines. And if that kind of used to freak me out a little bit, so when we demonstrate it, we'll do, but little diamonds on each. Then And this, it does get a little hard to see, so you just focus on where the red is. And when I demonstrate it, because I came up with some ideas just to keep it straight. But we're going to come off the tip of the seed shapes and do more diamonds in between. And then drawing lines in between. And then if you want to keep growing, you just repeat steps. Oh, actually, you know what? On my step out, I did it. Yeah, repeat, repeating. Left the G off of there. I guess I was in Southern mode. Grow it as big as you want by repeating steps 6 through 8. So this is my version. And like I said, all I did was just swap number 4 and 5, just because I found that to be easier. And then, shade play, but you can, like you said, you can grow it as big as you want. You just keep repeating these few steps. So on every peak, you would put a new diamond, and then diamonds in between. So it's although let's see, diamonds in between. Let's go back and look at Alyssa's. Okay. That would be. It would still be easy because then you would just be coming kind of off the middle. So because I was using the seeds as a focus point, I was thinking the same thing. Jen says for the recording, this might work for embossing, Zen bossing. Especially if you do it, have the bigger shapes. Even if you don't, that's why I have a tan tile out here because I think I might try that. Actually, when we were doing the Zen bossing class, and for those that weren't on, it was our paid class that just happened. Let me show. Well, oh no, you can see it up at the top because I didn't turn my thing off. But this is the snowflake version with the Zen bossing. So, sort of Zen bossing. So, lots of fun. Oh, and let me show you. So, Alyssa had some samples of this just to give you an idea. And if I remember right, you don't have to. If you want to leave off these straight lines and have a bigger section, you certainly could. I mean, they're nice, but like I said, that's an up to you thing. Right. Monica says, this reminds me of how Cherie always says you can create your own coloring pages. Exactly. Exactly. And this, if you did it big enough, it's kind of like creating your own Zendala or Mandala pattern, and then you could put things inside them. So it can be a reticula also, but it just depends on how big you do it. So you can see some ideas that Alyssa had by putting, some curve line scallops here and there. What do we have? Just a squiggly line or a very large amaze tangle, some orbs. So yeah, you can fill it in with whatever you want, and we'll just have fun. And I was thinking of just coloring things in. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see where the inspiration goes. But that is Dahlly in its full form, and yay! I was so excited. I'm going, yes, we have to do this. And I was and Ellie, I'm glad that I surprised you because I love doing that. You couldn't tell already. Oh, it's gonna be fun, and I think I am gonna work on this Zendala. Like I said, you can work on whatever you want with whatever you want, and just go to town. So I'm also not gonna use the cheaty thing to find the center. I probably should. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna guess it's right there. You can barely see that dot. All right, yeah, it's gonna be fun, Allie. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, and it does look like a frame for stained glass, as Deb says. That's why I thought, well, I'm going to use a thicker pen because then that will look even more like like if you wanted to make a stained glass look, then I would just use a thicker pen. All right, so I'm going to start off with the seed shapes. I'm going to try to do it bigger than I think. We'll see how far I get. So seed shape, curve line one direction, curve line the other direction. So Demi, if you missed it, yeah, this is Dahlly, from by our CZT Alyssa. Let me back. Oh, she got it back in there already. Yay! Oh, okay. Yep. No worries, Demi. Okay, and then seed shape going to the bottom. I always have a challenge with oh no, I'm gonna do it the way you have it. With fitting in two, I always I like do north south and then we'll turn it in east west and then fill in between. But this one actually, maybe it was through doing this one. I actually feel like I got pretty good with doing like squeezing two seed shapes in. Maybe too, it's that I stopped thinking about it so much, and it was a little better. Yeah, and Ali says, especially for the recording, you can do whatever number you want. I'm gonna guess it has to be at least two or three. Yeah, I don't know that it would work with two, but you know what? Because I said it, someone's gonna try it, and we'll see. Here we go. And then, like I said, I'm gonna draw the straight lines up first, and so those are coming right up the center, and they have to go out a little further your um, than your seed shape. And there's so many aspects of this that you can have fun with. Playing with playing with the sizes and things. All right, got all these pencils in my way. All right, then just a curve line. I'm putting this on the side because it's a little easier to just draw a nice curve line. Well, sort of. I did have to contort a little bit. So a curve line coming, from that end of that line, just touch the top of the seed shape and then come back up. And you know what? If you miss, it doesn't matter either. You could miss all of them on purpose, and it'll still, that would just turn out to be something extra neat. Other thing I like about this one, just like or you can go over it like I did, and it won't matter. um, just like we stopped at number 6, and then added some extra things. Because that looked like a snowflake, like I said, but like this is like, oh, that looks neat just as it is. I love tangles like this where, um, yeah, you could stop, you could even leave some little bits out, and just have a lot of fun with it. Okay, now we're going to do those diamonds on the top. So, and you start at a peak, and I just think curve line, and you could do it this way where you do kind of both sides, and then come up to the top like that. A lot of times I end up doing curve line like that, and then do the opposite side. Completely up to you. However you end up drawing them better. And this was where, because in the what Alyssa wrote about this is, well, welcome, Luna. It's the better late than not at all. So we're glad that you're here, and you shouldn't have to scroll up too far. Uh, uh, where Allie put the one step up, but I want to put the other. There we go. Yeah, I did. You'll have to listen to the recording for that. I apparently had written in my southern accent, so then I had to, when I had to say it, I had to do it. The southern accent that these northerners went. No, that's kind of a Georgia accent. It's not really a Missouri accent. I don't know. I have to listen again. You know that these dang Yanks took from me in speech therapy when I was a kid. What's wrong with her? It's probably what they're like going, whew, she has a speech impediment. It's called being from Missouri. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. All right, so once you have these, oh here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Oh no, I can't show you. It's yeah, yeah. You see her in the dentist's office rolling on the floor, and probably everybody's like wondering what is wrong. Oh my goodness, so funny. No, here's what I did. Uh, Luna is in mine. I left off a G, and where I was writing "grow it as big as you want" by repeating any steps, or when I say repeating steps 6 through 8. So I had to say it the way I wrote it. Oh, so funny. All right, so once you have these, so here's the little trick that I found, which also makes this really forgiving and forgiving. So like when you come out like that and you've drawn your curve line over something. So I'm going to come from the tip of that seed and I'm making a curve line to the tip of that diamond. And then, I turn my towel just so that way I have this nice consistent-ish um, curve line. Same thing to the other diamond. And then, apparently I'm just going to be doing this once. I'm not going to grow it any further past that because I don't have room, which was kind of my aim. And then, well, quasi-Southern. I had a Southern accent, but, you know. Oh, well, that's what it is. The show meers. I love that. The show meers don't know how to talk right. No, it's probably it's a hybrid, hybrid accent or something. All right, so we'll do that again. So coming from that tip, like I said, what I liked about thinking about it this way is that it's forgiving. So like when your spaces aren't necessarily, because we're hand doing this and we're uh you know we're not using any cheaty things. I can only speak for myself. But then, like I said, it makes it forgiving. And then just, have that curve line. And as you're aiming for like eyeballing the center. And it doesn't matter so much as long as it's close, because then the second one, you just have it meet up. And guess what? I like one of the, see, I should have done that. Oh well. I'm making these ones extra big to kind of go up to the edge. And like I said, then if you depending on how what size you did it, um, you would just keep growing it. So you would well, I'm gonna have to look at Allie's thing here. I forgot what. Oh, that's right, because there's still a step. We're gonna have those straight lines. 1 second, and because I want to figure out if you're gonna grow from here. Where would you do it? I'm laughing at because I was adding a little extra thing. Look, let's see. Um. Oh, there's mom's in the chat. Good. uh, let's see. I should have. Yeah, yeah. By hand, I meant just ink on paper. No, 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 anything else. Uh. Oh, well, see, there we go. Yeah, from the Ozark. Yeah, from the Ozark. All right. Then I'm gonna do it because it's on there. So in those diamonds we just did, nice straight line. I hope that I'm doing it. Yes, I am doing it right. Okay, good. No, I'm not. Wait a minute. Oh, you can put it in all of them. Never mind. In all of those diamonds. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my step out. But you don't have to if you don't want to, too. So, if you have room, let's see, you would well, actually, you could probably start on any peak because looking at her one, and so you could start here. Yeah, add a diamond to each tip. So it's not going to be certain. That's right, to any of the tips. So all of these, then you could just add another diamond, and then in between them. I wonder, Allie, if I mean you could you'd have to go probably way too giant if you wanted to just do it on like every other peak. That wouldn't work. So do it on every peak, and then draw the line. I'm looking to see if I spoke too soon by saying, "Oh, you can just repeat 6, 7, and 8." Because so on the peaks, a diamond shape. Oh no, and then in between here, that's where you. So then do diamond shapes on all the peaks, and then like I used the seed shape for. Oh, here's how I'm drawing this one. Then you would draw from the center of your last row of diamond shapes. I got it, Allie. I did mine. Whoops, mine's sliding off the. Yeah, add one to all the peaks, and then and add one where to where the diamond. I like that the diamonds hold hands. Yeah, because then you would have one here, have one here. Almost have to draw out, and then you could put one starting here, and that creates these shapes. Yeah, let me pull them up again. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We get the one that did the whole page. Yeah. So okay. So here we go. So here's the initial seeds. Here's the diamonds on top of them. Top of the seed because that's what we did first. Right. Right. No, we did the. No, I'm sorry. We did the diamond on this line. So this diamond. We added this. So then so funny that it's so hard to see. It's so neat and it's hard to see. So from here, I see a diamond. It's the part dark center is the part you have completed on your tile right now. Okay, got it. So then, oh, and see, yeah, and okay, so here's what I'm seeing because the diamond, it's a long, it's a very long diamond. So starting here where I have my mouse, or here even, here's the shape like that, right? And the diamonds always hold hands. So then this one comes up and is touching that one.
Heather, we can't see you drawing, or I can't. I just see your tile.
No, I'm using the mouse. We're on the screen share. We're on the screen share so that way we can see the how to expand.
I don't know how to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why you should be. Oh, I think everybody's seeing this screen share. Well, I might have to do a smaller one so that way I can, oh, here, oh, that helps. Okay. So, like Alyssa said, this is the dark area. This is what I've done so far. This is really where the step out goes. So then you want to expand it further. So here's, this is one of the diamonds. So you put another diamond on top. And this, I think this is where I'm thinking, oh no, here's a diamond. Then here, put a diamond on top. That doesn't help when I click on it. Oops, and then it's, wait, hold on, sorry. There we go. And yeah, so yeah, Shirley, I'm not sure why you're not seeing the screen. Let me just turn off my webcam just to see if that helps. Hopefully you're not just seeing a blue screen. And then 2, I can start a new one and go from there. This is just to continue it. Yeah, so like she said, this part is what we've done so far. At the end of every diamond, put a new diamond. End of every one. And then this is where I was probably making it confusing. So if you put a diamond on, you're extending each diamond out, then in between those, because we want them all to hold hands, you could come from this, the center where these two are holding hands and draw the big curve line up to make your diamond here. So then you would make them hold hands. No, it's not. It's not Tough Tangle. All right, let me stop the screen share. I can pause this and do. Oh, I should have another Zentangle. Well, no, I can just do it smaller. All right, and with a thinner pen. Okay. Wait, let's see. No, sometimes. Oops, it helps if I'm sharing. If I'm got my webcam on too. So let's do quickly again. I'm going to do smaller. Seed. I should have also explained at the beginning of this for those that are new. Some of this is just about exploring tangles. Exploring it, having fun with it. Both sides at once. All right, so I'm just kind of whizzing through these first steps here again so I can get to the part where we are expanding it. Okay, then a diamond on top of each. Peak. Whoops. They get bigger as I go. Okay, then, and this will be the complete test on how this is forgiving. When you have this next to this. All right, so starting my diamond from the tip of that seed shape. That way I have my little anchors that I need. Okay, 1, 2 more. Okay. Oh no. Okay, Inez. Well, good. I hope I didn't go too fast because I was just whizzing through this part. And if I need, and you all know, and those that don't know, I'm happy to restart it as many times as we need to. All right. And like I said, I like to use those seeds as an anchor. So now, Allie says we're going to put diamond shapes. Oh, but you could easily make the diamond shapes. Well, I'm leaving off the straight lines because I want to do it just like hers. So apologize for that. Straight lines in the diamonds, which as we said, you can leave those off if you want to. Ooh, that straight line really helps when you've not had your diamond meet up at the top. Okay, good, Inez. All right, so then we're gonna do more diamonds at the top of each one. And so, Allie, so on these ones, did you make them hold hands? Probably should have done that bigger. Oh, you could. Don't have to. Okay. Because here's where I want that to line up. I'm just, I guess if you wanted to make them ginormous, good. But this is where I was thinking. So you're going around and you're putting your diamonds at the top, and so there's gaps. But then you could come through. Well, I guess that would make it a really big something there. I'll make it a really weird shaped. It works though. So coming from right here where those two are holding hands, as she says, if you want to. Oops, wrong way. That'll just be something else. It will be a. Now that I've done that, I have to do that to all of them, don't I? Will be a something. So this was just if you want to grow it out fast. But I'm thinking too, yeah, you could do it like here. I could really almost just, I could have just had them hold hands. But I didn't because I wanted to continue to do this very wonky shape in the middle. Because then it could say either way. This way, it creates, an interesting shape in. Or if you had them holding hands, then you would maybe if you wanted to draw a line or just leave it like an opening. Yeah, and as Allie says, it doesn't need to be consistent at all. If you don't have the space, have them hold hands without one in between. No one will know when it's done. I'm reading that for purposes of for those that are listening in later. And I might, well, actually, either, well, let's see, what do we got? Oh my gosh, we've got, what would this be? 10-minute warning, almost. Um, yeah, and I think that's the thing. It depends on what you've done already. So if you have too much space, like some of mine here, I was like, I'd have to make really ginormous diamonds to have them hold hands. So you could just do it this way, and then, like here, coming from this middle, regardless of where it is, I'm doing curve line to each of those points and then making an additional diamond. It's not going to matter. I should have just had those two holding hands, but sometimes I want to be consistent so bad. and then you would just keep going, depending on how big of a paper that you have. So there we have it. And then, yeah, having fun coloring and all of that. Diane says she has have ginormous almost diamonds. Yeah. Oh, so neat. Neat, neat. I don't know what I'm gonna. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I know. Course correction time. He's like, oh, now, okay, what shall I do with this piece where I was going the wrong way? You know what we do? We could do some fancy fescues coming out of this. So when you think you're done, you just need to add a little extra flair. These fancy fescues are, I don't know, they're my answer. One of them. I think that is just the funnest thing. So it's like once I kind of got past the no, I've made a boo boo, and even here it's like, okay, that's really too thin. So that's going to be my fancy fescue point right there. There's always a way to do something, and to me, it just has become a fun game. Once you kind of get past the oh no. That's why I do like to add the laughing and joking in here so that, it's like, oh, not taking ourselves too seriously. Seriously. Or yeah, or it could have been a stout. I was thinking that, but I'm like, oh, okay. But fancy fescues came into my head. Yeah, depending on, yeah, if you have something that's just like, yeah, I don't really care for that. There's always a way. If it's not that, then we have our Bronx cheer that you can throw in, which is just this. Share it enough because I'm thinking, some people might not know. Just little scribbles of orbs. I start out with 2, and then alternating them like this, and you leave the little shine in there. And you can make it as big as you want. Just keep adding to the side, and then you meant it there. You can even do 2 to go extra fancy. So that way it looks like a stem. Love it. So fun. Huh. Who would know? Nobody. Only us. It's our secret. Oh, okay, Annie. That's I should that's probably something that I should do regular. Like I did that with the was it serendipity? And there's some other ones that I did colors for each step. Not a bad idea. Especially if it helps. Then it's always a good idea. Let's see. Ooh. And hmm. Now I have all these options in front of me. Let's see. Oh, that's good. Yeah, and Andrea says I always do mine wrong, but always end up creating something I like. Always love the surprise. I just go with it now. Yes, yes. That's what Rick and Maria put in their no, it's probably in both of the books. When they talk about there's no such thing as no mistakes concept. And just, just go with it, and then, and yeah, be surprised with what you might have, come up with. That is what's so cool. Well, I think I might play with that, my big one later, because I'm having fun with this one now. And I'm thinking, since we only have like 5 minutes, I'm thinking here's an possibly. Oh, I didn't do lines in that last bit, but that's okay. Thinking ways to shade. Well, one way, and I think I did this on my step on. I'm just going to extend it out here, even though I didn't draw a line. Is I'm going with those original lines that we made on either sides of the seed shapes. And then I'm in search of my tortillon. Oh, this one is a big one. So I'm just gonna I'm spreading it out to both sides. I always do some other things that I have in my head here, but I'm going to do this first. Hmm. Um. Oh, good. Juliet says that she prolonged that line, the original lines, then, to use as an anchor to draw the diamond, and it finally worked out for you. Good. Yay. Oh yes, and 5-minute warning. I think I'm going to. Whoops. Runaway pencil. Fading. You know, fading, but I'm going to try this because it's just good to try things. I'm going on the lines where they're holding hands. What's so funny about this and is or neat about this tangle, funny or neat, whichever way you want to look at it, is I'm looking at this, I'm like, how did I put these extra curve lines in? It's because like where we started, and we have those spokes, and then we put the curve line in. I'm like, well, how did I get that up there? And it's like, oh no, that's the diamonds holding hands. And I'm like, where did that come from? Oh, I see. I see, just to add some layers. Hmm? Oh, I think I might like this. I want to put one in the center too. That is interesting. All right, let's do the center one too. I probably could have left off those spokes, but that's okay. That was my first thought. And hmm, other ones. Oh no, Sharona. I thought I could avoid shading, but yes, I can. You can avoid shading. You don't have to shade. Shading is a personal choice. If I do that, well, you know what? Why not? This is just gonna be kind of on the outside, almost like I'm doing an aura. We'll see. Well, no, you should, sometimes, or most times, all the time, it's, sometimes it's my explanation. Yeah, yeah, Joe, yeah, yeah, it will definitely look like a neat stained glass. Um, yeah, if you use color, and I'm thinking if you use, well, it seems like if you use, a thicker pen, so that way it looks like the lead lines in between. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This it needed that on the outside. Well, and here, so yeah, going along with my own mental game or gymnastics. You know, I was, because I was rushing through to do this as an example, and I just think it's really fun to figure out a way to make something that you're not that it's like, nope, I'm gonna find a way to make this so that way I'm happy with it. And I am. Oh, yes, Sharon, we did, Dolly Light in January, and we stopped at, step 6 because it looked like a snowflake, and then added, other things and just focused it in on that. That's what we did it, before. So, yeah, so this is the full I said the precursor, and, to that, because I had put in the things like, "Oh, yeah, we'll premiere that tangle, sometime later, the full one." So now we are. Oh, yeah. And I don't know, I might add a touch of color, but I'm kinda tickled with that. Oh. Oh, I hope you can, Sharon. Yes, and it's share time. I'm just gonna leave that one right, well, I can put this one on here too, see what fits. Play with that other. So, oh, I'm so excited. We almost need drum roll for this. Yeah, you're right, mom. Yeah, if it was done in color, yeah, it would look like a dahlia. Oh, neat. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Oh, these are amazing. All right, we got 2 pages here. I'll let you know before I take it, so that way, you can, you'll make sure to have your hands steady. And yeah, say Felicity, for some reason it's being blurry on yours, but some of the blur thing can and issues can be bandwidth thing. Oh, oh my gosh. All right. Thing. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, Sandy. Oh, and looking at mine, I can actually get both of mine in. Right. All right. If this is everybody, hold them steady. I got to them all. Okay. So you can take them down. I'll turn off my webcam too. And we'll share. I want to save this though before I get myself into trouble. This was then. Hi, Gay. I saw your picture up there a minute ago and then it was gone. Let me second one up, and then I'll share. Save them here. That way I know others I gotta get done. Okay, sharing screen, turning off mine, share, and go. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get rid of that. But just look at those. So neat. And look at Steph putting in some water drops there. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, the rounding in Steph, makes a difference. And I like yeah, and adding the curly when I added the print tops on the sides, and so Shirley did that, and Shelly added some fancy fescues. Sharona, that is amazing. It's gonna be gorgeous. And I love Wendy's. Oh yeah, look at that. With it looks like uh maybe Mookas or elegant around the outside, but look at how nice, like stained glassy. And I like Sharon's too. I like the decorating going on in there too. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Sharon and Shelly were channeling each other. All right, let's look at the first one. First page, I should say. Let me move it. Oh my gosh. Andrea, love yours. It's so patriotic. I see the flag in the background. Uh-huh. At least that's what it looks like to me. With it looks red, white, and blue. And look at how small in the center, and then how that's just neat. Go one by one. Oh, and alligator. Wow, that is gorgeous. Oh, and look at the beautiful shading on Diane Rochelle's. Oh, oh, and a lady off, yeah, off the side like that. Gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, and Elizabeth. Oh, wow. Yeah, and aura all the way out to the sides like that. And I like the different dimensions. Just oh, I like that stuff. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Retro summer. It is very summery. Ah, Felicity, that's gorgeous. Inez, I love you. I see the star with yours, Inez. It's because it's how you highlighted it. I didn't see that before. And look at Inez and Jen. You guys were channeling each other because I'm seeing the same thing on Jen's. And again, it's just the highlighting. Joe's stained glass. That's awesome. And Karen on top on that background, and I love those dots. Wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah, you have some neat dimension there. I like that. It looks like I don't know if that's red. It looks like pink lines. Wow, wow. Neat, Kim. And another one that depending on what you do with it and how you shade it and what parts, because I'm looking at Kim's and I'm like, is that the same tangle? It is, but it's just you focus on different things because of the way the parts that are colored in. Oh, and Leah, nice. Oh, that's it. I'm going one by one because I'm learning. I'm training myself to do that so that way I'm not jumping around. But Linda, wow, all that detail in there. My gosh, that is gorgeous. Oh, and Mel G, I like the little diamonds at the tips of those, leaving off those straight lines. Oh, neat, neat, neat. And uh, that's just so cool. Oh, wow. It's like 12 tangles in one, you know? Right, Juliet says, yeah, some of you started before. No, because see, nobody knows, Juliet. I don't look at what time. I think I sent the post out about, I don't even think it was 10 minutes before the class, before things started. So nobody knows. That's the fun. But they tangle while I'm yapping. That's what they do. Rosemary is absolutely gorgeous, and Sandy, last but not least. Oh, you know what? Wait, who else? Sandy and Karen, you guys were channeling those dots there. Oh, that is so gorgeous. All of them. Oh my gosh! Wow. All right, let me say goodbye to the recording.